Welcome to another video by Woki Technopedagogy. In this video, you will learn how to use Google Calendar. First, open the Chrome browser and log in to your Gmail account. Then, click on the 9 dots button on the top right side of the page, Google Apps. Click on Google Calendar. When you start using Google Calendar, you need to change the settings according to your needs. To change the calendar's settings, click on the cogwheel icon located on the upper toolbar, Settings menu. Now click on Settings. First, choose the language, for example, English US or English UK. Then choose your country from the list. Click on the country and choose it. Change the date format to the format used in your country. Month, day, year. If there is a different format, click and choose the desired format, for example, day, month, year. Choose your time format. If you write 1 in the afternoon as 0100 p.m., leave it as it is. Otherwise, click and choose the desired format. Click and choose your location time zone. Mark the first day of your work week. If your work week starts on Monday, choose Monday. Choose how many days you work each week, for example, 5 days. After you finish changing all the calendar settings, click on the left arrow. You can see your calendar in different formats, different layouts. We now see a weekly layout. To change the layout, click on the current layout on the right side and choose the desired layout. You can change the layout at any time. We can see daily layout, we can see monthly layout, and we can even see a yearly layout. Now I will go back to weekly layout. In each one of those layouts, you can move by the chosen time unit to the next one. If I'm currently on the weekly layout, I can move a few units ahead or back. For example, a week ahead or back. When I click on the arrow, I can view the next week. And with another click, I can view the week after the next week. If I change to the monthly layout, by clicking on the arrows, I can move months ahead. September, October, November. By clicking on today, it will take me back to this month. And today will be marked on the calendar. If I'm using a weekly layout, I can see today marked in blue. Our calendar is divided into different calendars. Those are the default calendars. The calendar that is under your name, your Google username, the birthdays calendar, reminders, and tasks. You can add more calendars to the existing calendars. You're interested in adding a calendar for school events. To do that, click on the plus icon and then on Create New Calendar. Now type the calendar's name on the top row. For example, 5th grade 2, meaning I teach 5th grade 2 students. Now I'll click on Create Calendar. After the calendar is created, I can click on the left arrow. Notice that a new calendar was created on the left side. The calendar was assigned with the color gray. If I want to change its color, I'll hover with the mouse over the calendar, click on the 3 dots button and set a new color for the events in this calendar. I'll add another calendar for my personal events. I'll click on the plus icon, click on Create New Calendar, and here I write Private Calendar, and click on Create Calendar. I wait for the calendar creation process to finish and press the left arrow. Notice that this calendar also shows up on the left side. To change its color, we will make the same action as earlier. This way you can create more and more calendars. The advantage in creating separate calendars is that you can filter the events on your calendars, and each time to see events that belong to a certain calendar. For example, if I want to see the events that belong to my school events calendar, or if I want to see the colors that belong only to my private calendar. I can also share different calendars with certain people, while keeping other calendars private. Now we will learn how to add events to the calendars. Say that I have an event tomorrow at 9 a.m. First, I'll click on Tomorrow's column. Now, I'll type the event title where it says Add Title. If we are going tomorrow on a field trip, I will write Field Trip. Click on the hours and choose the hours in which the event is going to happen. Click once to change the hours. Our event starts at 9:30 and ends at 12:15. If I search for 12:15, I could not find it, so I can type in 12:15. Next, we will assign the event to the desired calendar. Since this is a 5th grade 2's trip, I will assign it to the 5th grade 2 calendar. I will click on the bottom on the existing calendar and I'll choose the desired calendar out of the existing calendars. For example, 5th grade 2. If I want to add more information about the event, I'll click on More Options and could now type and add more details. Let's see what we could add. First, we can add the location of the event. I'll click on Add Location and write the name of the location. We can add more details by free typing where it says Add Description. I can also click on the paperclip icon and attach a document to the event. I can add documents from my Google Drive, documents that other people shared with me, or from files that are on my computer. I'll click on Select Files from your device and mark the desired file. When I finish, I'll click on Upload. You can add more people to the event. You can add people to the event that not necessarily have Gmail, but people with any other email address. I'll click on Add Guests and type in the email address of the person that I want to invite. To finish, I'll press Enter. I can type multiple addresses. In the bottom part, I can mark what the people that I've invited could do. If they could edit the event details with me, if they could invite other people, or if they could see the guest list of the event. Likewise, I can choose whether this event reoccurs once in a while. For example, our trip on Friday morning happens once a month. So I'll click on Doesn't Repeat and choose that it happens once a month. I'll click on Custom. Choose Repeat every 1 month. Here, I'll choose if it happens on the 23rd of each month, or if it happens on every 4th Friday. Now we can mark whether this event is going to reoccur forever, ends never, or if it ends at a specific date, or if it ends after it occurs a number of times. We went on a series of 4 trips. Thus I will mark after and then choose, for example, the number 4 times. To finish, I'll click on Done. And then click on Save at the top part. Since I've invited people to this event, I'll click on Send to send them invitation to their email address. Now we are looking at the monthly view on today and can see that we have a field trip tomorrow, 23rd of July at 9:30. If we move to the next month, August, we will see that the trip is happening on the 27th of August, on the 24th of September, and on the 22nd of October. Notice that starting from November, the trip no longer takes place. I'll click on Today and go back to the weekly view. If I want to change something in the event, I'll click once on it and click on the pencil icon. Now the event is open for edit. Say our trip has been postponed to 10 a.m. We will click on it and choose 10 a.m. When we press on Tab, the hour in which the trip ends has changed. The duration of the trip was saved, meaning the trip is going to be 2 hours and 45 minutes in total. Now I'll click on Save. I have the option to change tomorrow's event only, or this event and all upcoming events, or only the upcoming events. Since I only want tomorrow's event to change, I'll click on this event and click on OK. Now I'll click on Send to send an update to anyone I've shared the event with email addresses. Only tomorrow's event moved to 10 a.m. If we look at August events, we can see that it's still at 9:30. Next, we will learn how to share our calendar with other people. For example, I want that students and parents will have access to calendar named 5th grade 2. To do so, I want to change the calendar from private to public. I'll click on the three dots button and click on Settings and Sharing. I'll scroll the mouse down and check V next to Make Available to Public. Now I'll click on OK. Click on Get Shareable Link to get a link and copy the link by clicking on Copy Link. Now I can send this link to the parents and students via email, Google Classroom, WhatsApp, etc. I'll go back. I want to add another person that could edit the events on the calendar with me. For example, a teaching assistant that I could share events on the calendar with and that could also edit them if he needs to. To do so, I'll click on the three dots button and click on Settings and Sharing. I'll scroll the mouse down and where it says Share with specific people, click on Add People and type in the email address of the person with whom I want to share the calendar. Notice that it has to be Gmail address. Now I'll choose what the other person is permitted to do. As default, the only thing that he can do is see the event's details. I'll click and choose, as an example, that he can change the events. Another option is that he could edit changes and share them. I want that he will have the option to edit my events. For that, I'll click on Make Changes to Events. To finish, I'll click on Send. Now I'll go back using the left arrow. Let's see the inbox of the person I've shared the calendar with. First, the teaching assistant will log into his email and open the message he received. Inside the message, he could see that he got an invitation to manage the calendar. He will click on Adding the log and click on Add. Notice that he can see the existing events on his calendar. He can also change their details. He can click on the event, click on the pencil icon, change the event's details, and finish by clicking on Save. Likewise, he can also add new events to this calendar. If I want to return to manage my calendar by myself without partners, I'll hover with my mouse over the calendar, click on the three dots button and click on Settings and Sharing. I'll search for the email address of the person that I've shared my calendar with and click on the X on the right side. With that, I've removed my teaching assistant as partner of my calendar. Now I'll click on the left arrow. As I mentioned in the beginning, you can add events to the calendar and you can add reminders to the tasks. Say that I have to finish checking tests by tomorrow. I'll click somewhere on the calendar and go to Tasks. Now I'll add the title Check Exams. I'll choose the deadline for this action. For example, I have to do it by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I can add a description and at the end click on Save. Notice that this event is assigned to Tasks Calendar. If I want to view my task only, I can click on Task on the right side, click on Get Started, and could see my task right here. To edit it, I will click on it and type. After I complete the task, I can check V and the task is completed. In the end, click on the X button. Notice that you can do this action in reverse order. For example, add the task directly to the task list and not to the calendar. I'll click on Task on the right side, click on Add a Task, type in the title and details, choose the deadline for the task, and finish by clicking on OK. Notice that a task has been added to the task list and also to the calendar. I can also click on it in the calendar and mark that this task has been completed. Mark completed. In the end, I'll click on X. You can see the task event in different apps. For example, if I'll open Gmail in a new tab, when I enter my Gmail, I can see the task on the right side. I'll click on Task. Here I can see the existing tasks. I can add new tasks from here that will be added to the calendar directly. By using the same method, even if I'm in my Google Drive, I can see the task on the right side. Tasks can be divided into lists. Instead of adding them all to My Tasks, I can click on the arrow and click on Create New List. Now I'll name the new list. And click on Done. I'll create a new list. This way I can create multiple lists, multiple subjects. If I had a task that belongs to a certain list, I'll go to that list and then click on Add a Task. And that task will be added to the list, for example, tests. You can also add events that take place in Google Meet. For example, let's say that on Monday morning I have a lesson with my students via Google Meet. The lesson will take place between 9 and 11. I'll click on Monday 26th of July and type in English lesson. I'll now choose that this event takes place on Google Meet. I'll click on Add Google Meet Video Conferencing, add it to the 5th grade 2 calendar, specify the hours from 9 to 11, and click on Save. On Monday at 9 o'clock, we could enter by clicking the Join with Google Meet and enter our Google Meet lesson. Thanks for listening to the lesson on Google Calendar. I invite you to subscribe for more instructional videos about technological tools to integrate into classroom teaching processes.